Water. I love to go to the water. All of you know we have a house in Florida, and I spend a lot of time in Florida. And when I go to the water, it's really, for me, very peaceful and very inspiring to sit on the beach and just look at the water and the movement. And if you really concentrate, you can really be that you're moving with the water. So last year in Thanksgiving and Christmas, I spent it in the water. And this time I spent most of it, a lot of time biking, and I spent less time biking and more time thinking. I make the claim to human beings that human beings cannot think. We have the ability to think, but we do not think. I say we regurgitate the past. We're always thinking about what we know, what the past is, and maybe what we had to do in the immediate moment. So I'm going to give you something I come out with in my last trip to Florida that I had the great opportunity to share with my good friend Hay yesterday. I went to her place of business and I was working with Hay, and I introduced her to this, and she was fascinated by this idea I introduced to her yesterday. So I'm going to introduce it to you today, and I'm going to use some of the things that Todd said about water, why we don't care about water, and we want to apply that principle into that. I wasn't prepared for this, so I hope this markers work. They do. So, three words in here. Most people, when you meet somebody and run out of something to say, they say, "What do you do?" Right here. And we start the conversation from the outside of the circle. What do I do? I'm a pharmacist. I'm a consultant. I'm an NBA player. And then, how I use what I do. And then you can explain how you do it. And then you get to the why. Most of the time is to make my living. Most people is doing the why to make their living. And very few people, they are innovative and they have really thought about it. They are coming from a whole different point of view. And this is the innovation I'm attempting to put into every business that I work with today. That we need to reverse this process. People is going from here to there, and my purpose is to go from there to here. So let's take a look at the company have done that. Apple. Apple is just a computer company. That's all what it is. They make computers, whether in the context of a laptop, a desktop, an iPad, a cell phone, they're all computers. And you have hundreds of other companies that make computers. How come people don't go to Walmart to stay in lines overnight to buy the new computer that any XYZ computer company puts out? Because it's just a computer. But what is different between Apple and the other computers that are sold in the market? Tell me, what is the difference? You have an Apple computer.
Creativity.
Creativity.
Ease of use.
Okay? Creativity. All the other computers, they do the same thing. They turn on, they do things that turn off. But how your computer turns on? You open it and it's on. See the difference? So it's important here to be able to see why they have done what they have done. 2 weeks ago, a week ago, was Martin Luther King, okay? Okay, Mr. King's celebration of his birthday or death, I don't know, one of the two. Why people in the 60s, I think it's 250,000 people show up at the Washington Monument for a gathering. 25% of those people were white people. 25% were white people. Why people show up? Because the political problem, the social problem that we have? No. We show up over there, or they show up over there, because the man says, I have a dream. So when you come from here, Apple came from here to create products for people. How? They figured out the way how to do it. To do what? To provide service and to create a market. Martin Luther King came from here. He didn't go from here to there. If you have spent any time watching TV when this political, I want to use a bad word, clowns, are attempting to be elected president of the United States, they're going from here to here. They're not going to get there. They're not going to get there. Absolutely not. Nobody's coming from here. What is the why of what you do? People ask you, what do you do? They don't ask you, why you do what you do. When I get up in the morning, I open the faucet, like Todd said, and I'm waiting for hot water to come from 3 floors down, because if my water heater is in the basement. So it takes 3 floors to get to my bathroom. I can go to the other room, turn my computer on, do this, do that, come back and go over there, ooh, hot water now. Robin gets livid. She gets livid and turn the water off. She says, why do you brush your teeth while you're wasting this water? So she's coming from here. Why she's doing that? Because he's listened to what wasn't here today to listen to you, but she's aware that water is the most precious resource that we have. And the amount of water in the planet is limited. So the idea here is we have a great example, and I would like you to combine the two things together today and look why. Why would I say water? Because it's the future of the planet. No, here, when we have a problem, then we're going to say water. We have a drought, then you go to restaurants and they don't serve you water anymore. You have to ask for it, which makes sense. It makes sense. A lot of times, if I order a drink, I don't drink any water. So it doesn't make any sense to have a glass full of water that's going to be wasted, and then that glass needs to be washed, and it's going to need gallons of water to be sterilized to be able to be put into our service. Our lifestyle is just very, very, very complicated and very costly. So my invitation to do is to, very simple, 3 circles, 3 words. And begin to think about it. My idea here is to provoke you to think, to walk away with saying, what Julio meant by this, why, how, what. How can I apply these to my personal life? How can I apply these to my business? And maybe you can be like Apple or Martin Luther King or some of the companies out there that have become very innovative, and they have a different reason why they do things. Now you're an employer, and I invite you to look also why you hire people. Why you hire people. Tantos más.
All right. Thank you, Julio, especially for stepping up today. All 3 first speakers, very nice today. Our